What is the most common type of residential ownership in the city? A co-op, which is short for cooperative. That's right, there are just so many more co-ops than any other type of apartment you can buy in New York City. For every one condo in the city, there are close to 3 co-ops. Sure, everyone can tout how condos are the way to go. Condos are the form of ownership that everyone can relate to, especially if you're out of state or abroad. But in this video, I'll share with you 7 reasons why co-ops make really good sense as a home purchase. I'm Lucian. I have over 20 years experience selling pre-war and post-war co-ops, condos, townhouses, new developments, and multifamily and mixed-use buildings. My contact info is in the description below. Please like and subscribe and email me or text me questions you want answered on this channel. So most owners in New York City own a co-op. What exactly is a co-op in New York City anyway? And why should you consider buying one too? So the co-op is a unique form of home ownership. Instead of owning the apartment itself, you own shares in a corporation that owns the entire building. Those shares give you the right to live in that specific unit thanks to something called a proprietary lease. So wait, I buy an apartment and still have a lease. Technically, yes, the corporation is your landlord and you're a shareholder, but in practice, it feels a lot like owning a condo. And as the owner of those shares, you're the only one entitled to occupy that apartment. But wait, there's more. Not everyone can buy a co-op, even if you can afford it. Hold on, I've got the money, why can't I buy it? Because every co-op has a board of directors. They're in charge of approving new buyers. Even if you have your down payment, a mortgage teed up, and the purchase contract is signed, you still have one final step, the board interview. Yes, a board interview. You meet the board, they ask questions, and if they like you, great. You close on the purchase and move in. If not, no deal. The property goes back on the market and you start shopping all over again. Plus, they don't have to explain why you were rejected. Why would I want to buy a co-op then? Here are 7 reasons why co-ops are a solid bet. 1. Roughly 3/4 of all owner-occupied apartments in New York City are co-ops. They're the most common type of residential ownership in the city, so there's just a lot more to choose from. Number 2, they usually cost significantly less per square foot than condos. That means big savings on the purchase. Number 3, lower real estate taxes. Because co-ops are comparatively less expensive than condos, the real estate taxes are lower too. Number 4, they're typically in the best locations. In some neighborhoods, condo buildings can be 6 blocks or more from the heart of the neighborhood. Number 5, because of the relatively strict approval process to purchase, you know that your neighbors are financially qualified owners just like you. This means that they can withstand volatility in the market and rarely have to panic sell. This in turn means that they hold their value very nicely through the thick and the thin. 6, thanks to typically restrictive subletting policies, you know that for the most part, your neighbors are owners just like you, which means much less turnover because you won't have renters moving in and out, which in turn means a community forms because owners are committed to their building and respectful of their fellow shareholders. 7, co-ops can easily carry debt, and they typically do, on the building as a whole. It's called an underlying mortgage. This debt is used to finance things like building improvements. Thanks to this, they can spread the cost of capital projects over time instead of hitting shareholders with a large assessment. The portion that goes towards servicing that debt is included in your monthly maintenance fees, and the interest on that debt is deductible too. It doesn't mean that assessments don't happen, but having the ability to finance and refinance debt on the entire building, that's a big plus. If buying a co-op sounds like a solid bet to you, check out my video on what boards look for in prospective buyers and what the process of buying one entails. Want to know more? Drop your New York City real estate questions in the comments. I'd love to answer them for you. And please remember to like and subscribe.